Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Tanner Holbrook.
And I'm Jenna Liston. Thanks for joining us.
Authorities believe that an early morning death of a Muncie man is the result of an attempted methamphetamine robbery. 24-year-old Rafael Rodriguez died at 1:30 a.m. at Memorial Hospital after his girlfriend, 21-year-old Logan May, visited his house to collect the meth he owed her. May confessed to conspiring with others to rob Rodriguez of the drugs. It is believed that May's co-conspirators busted into the apartment, shooting and killing Rodriguez. If you have any information on the slaying, police ask that you call Delaware County Jail or Crime Stoppers immediately.
5 people are now in custody after police located a meth lab in Muncie's Old West End neighborhood. Police officers entered a house located on the 600 block of West Adams Saturday and were hit with a white cloud and a chemical odor. A meth lab was found in a basement with the home along with 4 people. Jeremiah Dwayne Lyons, Rex Allen Kreger, Sherry Lynn Minnick, Cheryl Sue Cross, and Derek Scott Duddleston were arrested on preliminary charges of dealing meth, possessions of meth, and cruelty to an animal after a puppy was found caged in the basement. Today, all 5 people are being held with $65,000 in bonds.
A prostitution sting in Muncie resulted in 5 arrests on Friday night. Among the arrests were 19-year-old Megan Brown and 21-year-old boyfriend Tyler L. Quinn. According to Quinn, Brown is 6 months pregnant and uses some of their proceeds to buy heroin. Delaware County Sheriff said in a statement, quote, "Prostitution is almost always accompanied by illicit drug use and crimes of violence. We want to make a clear statement that this type of activity will not be tolerated in Muncie and in Delaware County." The Sheriff's Department has determined the sting was being run out of a hotel on the northwest side of Muncie, and among the arrests were 30-year-old Holly Dietz and 20-year-old Jerica Benning. The Muncie women were arrested under preliminary charges of prostitution, and along with the women, Quinn and his roommate, 45-year-old Michael Christopher Swan, were found and arrested under charges of promoting prostitution.
The Hillary Clinton campaign opened an office in Muncie today. At the opening ceremony, her campaign got a notable local endorsement. NewsLink Indiana's Tony Sandlaben reports.
On the 200 block of Walnut Street, right in the middle of downtown Muncie, one Democratic candidate got an emphatic endorsement.
Indiana needs Hillary Clinton, and the United States needs Hillary Clinton to be our next president of the United States, ladies and gentlemen.
Mayor Dennis Tyler endorsed Hillary Clinton at the opening of one of her campaign offices here in Muncie. With residents, families, and even children in attendance, Mayor Tyler feels this opening will inspire the city.
You're going to see women get energized and invigorated because they have a very significant woman running for the highest office in this land. I think it will also help us drive up our vote and get our vote totals out, and I think there can't be anything more important than that heading into this fall, is having a candidate that can continue to bring our country together and move our country forward.
Now, despite today's rainy weather, campaign supporters told me that there were members out not only making phone calls, but going door to door to try to rally support for the Clinton campaign. Peter Hanscom is the state director for the Hillary Clinton for Indiana campaign. He says this event and office is an effort to not only gain voters, but also manpower.
Yeah, we're here today to kick things off, to get everyone excited, but to share our plan, right? We have a plan on how we're going to win Indiana, and it's important that folks here, come here today to get plugged into that, and then to be a part of it moving forward.
With the opening of Bernie Sanders' campaign office 2 weeks ago, both Democratic candidates are gearing up for the Indiana primary, now less than a month away. In Muncie, Tony Sandlaben, NewsLink Indiana.
Indiana's primary is on May 3rd, giving the Clinton campaign 22 days to garner support.
The White House and representatives from the National Institutes of Health and the Centers for Disease Control held a press conference Monday to address the Zika virus, saying the disease is more serious than they originally thought. However, as Dr. Ann Schuchat says, the threat in America remains under control.
So I don't expect there to be large outbreaks in the continental U.S. I can't give a number to how many cases, but I can say that we can't assume we're not going to have a big problem. We know with other viruses we've had bigger problems than we expected, so we're taking this very seriously.
ESPN has the ESPYs and Ball State has the Chirpies. The Athletic Awards show took place tonight at Emmons Auditorium and aired on ESPN3. NewsLink Indiana's Elena J. Halsey is live at Emmons Auditorium with more.
Ball State's athletes traded their uniforms for dresses and suits tonight for the second annual Chirpies.
I said that wrong. ESPYs.
The Chirpies is put on by Ball State Sports Link and honors athletes' achievements both on and off the field.
Well, Albert, you were one of the co-hosts tonight.
Yep.
How was that?
It was nerve-wracking. I'm so glad that it's over. It's tough to perform in front of your peers, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. There were so many people at play tonight, the Emmons crew, just so many people that did a great job. And so to them I say thanks. They made my job really easy.
And Natalie Fontaine was Female Athlete of the Year, and your teammate Johnny Watts won the Male Athlete of the Year, and you guys are golfers together. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Johnny won the MAC championship as a freshman last year, which made him eligible for the award this year. We're about to go into our postseason now, so we're hoping to kind of recreate some of that magic we had last year.
Well, that's all for right now. Back to you, Jenna, at the desk. Live in Muncie, Elena J. Halsey, NewsLink, Indiana.
You can rewatch this year's Chirpies online at ESPN3.
Well, Tanner, this show makes me kind of sad because this is one of our last newscasts of the semester.
I know, it's our last newscast together, last newscast of the year.
I know.
But we will celebrate on a little later. But right now we have some weather to get to. Nathan DeYoung, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so today was definitely a day where we saw those rain showers throughout the day. I think everybody here in Muncie is definitely tired of these rain showers. And looking at the last 12 hours, well, they're moving on and out of the area, making us for a pretty decent evening overall. Looking at rainfall totals over the last 24 hours, stepping out of the way here, look at Muncie. Almost an inch of rain here in the last 24 hours. Places like Terre Haute, however, looking at more like 1.5 inches of rain. Nothing like that here, but definitely a soaker in terms of rainfall. 47 degrees is our current temperature outside. The winds out of the northwest at 13 miles per hour. We continue to see those conditions clear out throughout the evening, and that's why the National Weather Service has issued a freeze warning. Temperatures tonight could drop down into the 30s. However, even chillier, low 20s are possible in some places. Even some frost in the morning is possible. Look at the bus stop forecast, 34 degrees. It will be a chilly start. You make sure to bring your jacket if you're headed out in the morning. But by the afternoon, warming up with 51 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Freeze warning is in effect tonight. We'll talk more about that coming up. And we're also going to talk about how long the sunshine is actually going to stick around, and then how warm our temperature is going to climb into the next week.
All right, thanks, Nathan. After the break, NewsLink takes a look at a local woman who started her own jewelry business from scratch.
And being a part of Ball State's equestrian team means much more than just riding horses. All this and more when we come back.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie. Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Last week we told you about a Ball State nutrition class partnering with Lifestream to put together fun ways for seniors to learn. Now those seniors are learning more about how to make better eating selections and why. NewsLink Indiana's Brittany Baget has the story.
One of my canneries that did it me.
Seniors at the Muncie Delaware County Senior Center worked in pairs during lunch, trying to determine which popular beverage had the least amount of sugar. And George Egri was surprised to find out how many packs of sugar are actually in tea.
I just can't believe it. 2 packets of sugars, 2.
The seniors were ready to answer every question as Ball State student Meredith Twyman asked for answers.
It just sort of reorients their mindset on their nutrition. And it pairs perfectly as we serve them lunch. They're well fed, they're happy, they love seeing us.
All right, here we go. And Executive Director at the Muncie Delaware County Senior Center, Judy Elton, says the program has been a hit with the seniors.
And they love working with students. They love working with young people.
All the volunteers are appreciated.
Twyman says in addition to gaining hands-on experience, this is a good way for students to get involved with the community.
Elton says her decision to bring in the nutrition class was an easy one.
I'm a firm believer that you're never too old to learn anything. And we have a lot of curious minds in there.
Curious minds that now know a little bit more on how to make a healthy choice. In Muncie, Brittany Baget, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on how to become involved at the Muncie Delaware County Senior Center, contact Judy at 765-289-0844.
A Muncie woman was able to take her jewelry business from the comfort of her home to a beautiful store in front of downtown Muncie. NewsLink Indiana's reporter Brittany Ehrman has more.
So just a little over a year and a half ago, I had made a set of rings for myself. A neighbor saw the rings and she asked if I could make the rings for her. I said sure. She posted a picture on Facebook and everybody went crazy.
Almost 700 orders per day. Crazy. Heidi Hale decided to start an online jewelry business.
And this was all in my house.
But not for long. Now a jewelry store with a studio stands in downtown Muncie with 22 employees.
Everything is fabricated right here in the studio.
And jewelry isn't the only thing that they make. The employees make connections with the customers through something as simple as a name.
Behind every set of name rings, there's a story. A mom who lost their child, whether it be at birth or in war. I constantly tell everybody, remember when you're making these, there's something behind it.
And Hale's mom is here to help.
This might be too tight.
Jackie Johnson helps design other things like bracelets, necklaces, and earrings, but says it's hard to explain how she does it.
It's like when you see a song on American Idol, they say make it your own. So that's kind of what I do.
And she explained it can be stressful, but instead of taking a break, she depends on Maribel or Mo.
We have pets. That is a must in the studio. It's relaxing. And just sit there for a minute and hold something furry and adorable.
And Hale says being unique is what makes her business stand out from the rest.
Anybody can make jewelry, but it's a meaningful piece, something behind the jewelry that I love and that I feel like it's special.
In Muncie, Brittany Ehrman, NewsLink, Indiana.
The majority of Heidi Hale's business is online, but she also has jewelry for sale in her store. You can visit her website at shop.heidijhale.com for more information.
Well, the Ball State equestrian team loves competition. Not only that, but riding horses is a good way to get away from the stresses of school. NewsLink Indiana's Michael Estridge has that story.
For the riders of the Ball State equestrian team, many have been riding all their lives. But for international student Attila Kuz, it has always been a passion.
I had an interest on horses, so I found the opportunity here when I first came. Actually, 2 years after I came here, and then I got to meet with one of the team members. Her name is Melanie Gardner, and then she got me into this, and then that's how I started. Now I've been doing it for 1.5 years now, and I pretty like it. It's like an escape from the busy school life. It's good to interact with animals.
Is this a place to come ride and enjoy horses? This is a place for the Ball State equestrian team to come and kind of get away from everything that's going on in their school lives and just focus on something different.
The routine of it is kind of a comfort. You can just take a step back and you don't have to think about, your 19-page term paper you haven't started yet. It's a nice way to kind of get out of your own head for a couple hours.
But what exactly is it that makes these riders relax when they're riding? Senior rider Aaron Butler explains why.
The bond with the horses really helps. The one that I just was riding, I'm training, so I'm out here almost every day riding him and getting to know him. And it's just like if you have a pet cat or dog at home, it's just nice to come out and talk to them and play with them and have a relaxing time.
Many members of the equestrian team want to continue to ride in life after college. In Muncie, Michael Estridge, NewsLink, Indiana.
The team competed this past weekend with Kayla Duff becoming a reserve champion, and Duff will now represent Ball State in the Kentucky-based Nationals May 5th through the 8th. And coming up on NewsLink Indiana, could we finally see clearer skies and warmer weather?
We'll have your full weather forecast after this.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. It's been raining the past couple days. Hopefully we see some more clear weather.
Yeah, Nathan, hopefully you can tell us a little bit brighter futures coming up. What can you tell us about this upcoming week?
Yeah, it's been pretty wet conditions overall for the last couple days. I know looking at the time lapse over 14 hours, you notice that we had those rain showers this morning. Then we had maybe just a few flurries mixed in there. And then we saw the sunny skies bringing us up to now where we are seeing those clear skies overall. You notice the rain showers moved through over the last 12 hours. And look behind there, clear skies are on their way to the area. Rainfall all across the state of Indiana today in the last 24 hours. Almost an inch of rain here in Muncie, more than an inch of rain in Indianapolis, and look at places like Bloomington. Inch and a half of rain that fell in the last 24 hours. Highs all across the state of Indiana looking pretty decent. Mild temperatures overall. 56 is our daytime high today here in Muncie. Tonight those temperatures will be a different story. A freeze warning goes into effect at 1 a.m. and lasts through 9 a.m. What we're expecting to see is those chilly temperatures, freezing temperatures for that fact, and then some temperatures even dropping into the mid-20s, which could allow us to see some frost in the morning for the morning hours. 31 degrees is your overnight low tonight. Winds will be out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at precast, well, there's not much to say here because sunny skies are going to stay in the forecast for the remainder of the next 7 days. And this is all due to a omega block, which we refer to in the meteorology world on a 500 millibar chart. You notice that you see this nice shape in the pattern, and this is where we're going to get our warm temperatures and sunny skies from it all. 52 degrees is your daytime high tomorrow. Clear skies with the north wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at the 7-day forecast, once again, pretty nice nice story overall. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, sunny skies are in the forecast. But I do want to take note, look at those temperatures as we reach Friday and into the weekend. 70 degrees. 70 degrees. It's well overdue for the central Indiana area.
Yeah, we're finally very excited for the correct April weather, I feel like. Suitable, right?
Oh yeah, totally suitable. I think people are definitely ready for this.
Very exciting. Well, thank you so much, Nathan. Coming up in sports, the Cardinals baseball team put on a hitting clinic this weekend.
And the women's golf team fought the rain during a tournament in Anderson.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Josh Shelton with your sports news. Ball State's baseball team hosted the Western Michigan Broncos this weekend for 3 games, including a Sunday doubleheader. The games looked more like batting practice for the Cardinals as they outscored the visitors 41-6 over the 3 games. Ball State's bats really started to heat up on Sunday with 34 of the 41 runs coming during the doubleheader. Now let's take a look at just how good the Cardinals were. First inning, here comes Caleb Staten, who hits a single to put Alex Call into scoring position. It was the first of Staten's 4 hits. Jared Reinfleisch hits the ball into right field, and that will score Call. It'll be a stand-up double for Reinfleisch, and that puts the Cardinals up 1-0, and they would never look back from there. Sean Kennedy doubles to left field, and that'll give Ball State another run, so a 2-0 lead in the second inning. Then Caleb Staten will step up to the plate after the run scores here, and he hits an RBI single, and that will extend the Cardinals' lead to 3. And then here comes Matt Eppers, doubles into left, scores 2, and that will give Ball State their 4th and 5th run of the inning. Ball State would add 8 more runs, beating Western Michigan 13-3. We caught up with head coach Rich Maloney after the game.
Great to see the lineup throughout the whole lineup, everybody hitting. And then we pitched really well as well. Martin was outstanding. Burns was outstanding. Brockhouse got in there. He was solid. And then so was Butler at the end there. And then it was just fielding, hitting, pitching. We kind of had put it all together this weekend. You know, it was just one of those days. Sometimes when your hitting's contagious, and when you get hot, you get hot. We've got a good hitting team, there's no doubt about it. And what happened is one guy was getting hot, then another guy, and unfortunately for Western, it just happened to be our weekend.
And it was an especially good weekend for 2 Cardinals on the baseball team. Caleb Staten was named Player of the Week, while Southpaw Kevin Martin earned his 2nd Pitcher of the Week award. Ball State's first baseman Staten was 11 for 13 this week with 11 RBIs, 4 doubles, a 3-run homer, and his first career triple. Martin tossed 7 scoreless innings on Sunday and only gave up 4 hits. His stellar outing included 5 strikeouts. Ball State's women's golf was playing close to home this weekend, and while they didn't get the result they were looking for as a team, 2 of their birdies performed very well. The Cardinals finished second out of 3 teams at Anderson Country Club yesterday. Allison Lindley finished second in the event with an overall score of 155, while teammate Kelsey Sear finished tied for third. We had a chance to catch up with Lindley after her second round.
I did end up making a couple birdies, and I played my back 9 of my first round pretty well. I finished even for that one for 75, and then I struggled again in the afternoon when the winds picked up some, so I wasn't overly happy about how I finished, but I did see some good chip shots out there and some good iron shots, and yet again, I mean, off the tee, that's something I need to work on for conference coming up.
Lindley and Ball State now begin preparations for their conference tournament, which is less than 2 weeks away. And new high school baseball rankings are in, and 3 area teams, Daleville, Yorktown, and Wapahani, are in the top 5 of their respective divisions, all in action on Tuesday, and we will have the highlights for those games tomorrow.
All right, Josh Shelton with sports. Thank you. Coming up, find out what show coming to Netflix has people talking.
And a Muncie couple appears to be on the Steve Harvey Show. This and more coming up after the break.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Abby Kirk with your entertainment news. The price to watch Netflix is going up next month for 17 million subscribers in the U.S., and you might not even know it. 2 years ago, the streaming service said it would raise the price of its standard plan from $7.99 a month to $9.99. Existing customers were allowed to keep paying $7.99 for 2 years. Those 2 years are up in May. Analysts say the change will affect about 37 of U.S. subscribers, or 17 million people, according to BusinessInsider.com. A recent J.P. Morgan survey found 80% of those original customers didn't know the price hike was coming. 2 Muncie residents will appear as guests on the Tuesday, April 12th episode of Steve Harvey to discuss how politics have interrupted plans to get married. The newly engaged couple Aaron Shields and Tori Petch tell Harvey on his daily talk show that their political disagreements have gotten worse. It's so bad that they have pushed back their wedding date. Steve Harvey can be seen weekdays at 3 p.m. on...
Well, that's all for your final entertainment. Thanks, Abby, so much. And Nathan, can you tell us a little bit more about that final weather?
Yeah, so low 50s tomorrow with sunny skies. Then midweek, we're going to see that warm up, getting up into the 70s, and we'll see this trend continue on where sunny skies will continue to stick into the forecast. And I think that's really welcome weather after we've seen snow, sleet, gravel, all kinds of precipitation forms over this past week. I think that it's a welcome change, and it's looking to be a good pattern to get ourselves into for the rest of this month. That's for sure.
Very good. Well, I'm very excited about this upcoming weather and going outside, spending time with friends. I'm very excited for some good weather. Well, that's all for NewsLink Indiana tonight, and be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.